Welcome to Walking Out of a Movie, your source for spoiler-free reviews of popular movies. My name is Zachary. This is a Throwback Thursday edition of the Bad Boys franchise.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
As you may have heard, this is our fourth and final season of Walking Out of a Movie, and I've received a lot of questions about what exactly that means. Basically, it's going to be the end to our regularly scheduled content. We still reserve the right to have the occasional video that comes out, maybe the occasional special occasion video, but for the most part, our regular content is going to conclude December of 2019.
I'm done, Mike. I'm retiring. Uh-oh, here we go again.
Bad Boys is an action comedy starring Martin Lawrence and Will Smith that was released in 1995. It was produced by Don Simpson and Jerry Bruckheimer and directed by Michael Bay. In 1995, 19-year-old me was super pumped, super excited, absolutely loved this film. Loved the over-the-top action and shootouts and all that stuff.
Let's try to do this right. No gunshots, no dead bodies. Well, you know, if I recall correctly, the last couple dead bad guys belong to you. Please, you ain't even trying to compare body counts. Should I keep going all day? I'm out.
At the time, Martin Lawrence was kind of a household name because of his TV show, and Will Smith had not really become the cultural icon that he is now. It was one of his first couple of leading roles. It was very much a gamble for everybody to get behind this film. Really, people were going to see it based on the fact that it was a Don Simpson, Jerry Bruckheimer film. They had a history at this point of turning in major blockbusters, sometimes with lesser-known actors. At the time, they were known for Top Gun, Beverly Hills Cop 1 and 2.
Just do what you do, only faster.
Now, some of you may not be familiar with Don Simpson in particular. He died 1 year after Bad Boys was released. The last 5 films that Don Simpson was known for: The Ref, Bad Boys, Crimson Tide, Dangerous Minds, and The Rock. Now, Bad Boys definitely does have that, what we have come to know as Michael Bay style. It is a lot of flash over substance, a lot of Bayhem, as is known now, and there was a lot of improvisational work by the actors. You can just tell. You can tell there was a lot of Martin Lawrence and Will Smith riffing during the filming.
Look at you. Can you stay focused?
What are you talking about? I'm focused.
Yeah, focused on all this scattered ass around here.
Maybe because of that, the movie has not held up well over the years. I actually found myself rather bored while watching Bad Boys on Netflix. Now, the next installment came 8 years later in the form of Bad Boys 2. By then, Will Smith was the household name. Michael Bay had firmly positioned himself as a big-budget filmmaker, going to extremes and excesses, and he was as much a household name as Will Smith. And it definitely was a better film. The action set pieces were bigger and better, and there was a better flow to the story and better character arcs within Bad Boys 2. I also have to say that Bad Boys 2 has probably one of my favorite cataclysmic car chase scenes in cinema. Definitely in one of my top 10, including things like the Blues Brothers and other big things like that, big films of the 80s. But the chase scene involving an auto carrier 18-wheeler dropping cars off during the chase is absolutely fantastic and mind-blowing. Now, it did suffer a little bit from the Michael Bay choppiness of the editing style, but it was still pretty extraordinary.
Punch it! Ain't nobody see that.
The film does still have its shortcomings. I found myself most engaged with the final action set piece that took place at the Cuban mansion, where there was a big shootout and they literally blew up the mansion, and that was exciting and fascinating. But I have to say that after that, I kind of lost interest, and I actually found myself just tuning out for the last 20 minutes of the movie when they crashed through a bunch of colorful houses on a hillside with a Hummer, and then get involved in some type of stalemate over literal landmines outside Guantanamo Bay. So, still uneven, still a little bit choppy, still suffering from Michael Bay directing, but definitely a stronger entry in the franchise, and a very enjoyable film for the most part. Now, until I started doing my research for this review, I did not realize that there is actually a television spin-off in existence. It's called LA's Finest, and it shares two crossover characters to the Bad Boys films, and theoretically takes place within the Bad Boys universe.
One last time. One last time.
Now, I'm filming this in October of 2019, so the final installment, Bad Boys for Life, has not been released yet. It is going to be released in January of 2020, and I have to say I'm a little bit surprised by the choice of that release date. January is still kind of a dumping ground for films, and it seems to be where they put a lot of films that they don't know what to do with, or they don't know how well it's going to be received.
I got this. I'm gonna penetrate this man's soul with my heart.
What? Watch and learn.
Sir, I realize that you're scared. You know, sometimes
Now, this third installment does take place 17 years after the events of Bad Boys 2. And I'm interested to see what happens. You know, I'm engaged enough with the property that I'll check out the next installment. I am also excited by the fact that there are going to be new directors involved. This is no longer a Michael Bay film. It's now a pair of Belgian directors, and I'm not going to try and pronounce their names, I'll butcher it. But this will be their fourth film together, and I'm excited to see what they can offer to the franchise. Inject some new lifeblood into it. I do find it interesting that the new directors are in their early 30s, so basically they were 10 years old when the first film came out. These will also be the same directors that are currently slated to direct the fourth installment of the Beverly Hills Cop franchise, so I'm really hoping that someone has discovered a new talent for this type of film, and that they'll bring their A game to both of these properties.
Oh, shit. Oh, come on, man. You can get that buffed out. No, you can get that buffed out.
Thank you for watching. We greatly appreciate each and every one of our subscribers and every one of our fans. We couldn't do this without you. You have made this an amazing 2-year experience, and we wish we could continue to bring this content to you. It's just, you know, sometimes you need to move on to bigger and better things. So, we have a lot more content to bring you between now and Christmas of this year, and we hope you stick with us. So, thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and who knows, maybe every once in a while we'll do some special reviews for you in 2020.
Bad boys, bad boy.
Hey,
what you gonna do? What you gonna do when we come in?
No, never. Y'all will never do that again.
Yeah, and you fucking up the lyrics, which take a long time to learn.